And we're here today with Mr. David Prowse. He's
Hi.
famously the original man inside the suit in the Star Wars universe. And first of all, I guess the first big thing that people are going on, what was it like putting the suit on for the first time?
Well, it was all made to measure, so it wasn't the first time because I had to have fittings for the suit. And I mean, the only first time thing was putting the helmet and the mask on. And what happened was that they put the helmet on and put the mask on. And they said, well, and they put the helmet and the mask on, and they said, well, now move your head around. And I did this, and the mask still stayed facing forwards like that. So they said, oh, it's this. So I took it off, and they said, oh, his mouth's too big. I said, you'll have to get a new one, get it remolded. They said, oh, no, it looks absolutely perfect on you. You know, the size of it for the rest of the costume and everything else. And so they said, oh no, it's absolutely the right size. So what they did then, they padded the whole thing out with foam rubber inside. They said, consequently, as I said, when you actually had to wear the suit and put it on, it was baking hot. You know, you used to sweat buckets in it. Like,
oh wow.
Yeah.
So it wasn't very comfortable then,
well,
I imagine.
You see, we filmed during the hottest summer we've ever had in Great Britain, and it was boiling hot every day. And with all this quilted leather and everything else, and it was quite an ordeal, actually. Yeah.
Could you imagine when you were on set that the movie was going to blow up as big as it did?
I had no idea. I had no idea whatsoever. People used to ring me up and they say, what's this film like we're doing? And I said, right, all load of rubbish. I mean, I had no idea. I really had no idea. It was a strange film to work on because I said you had all these funny creatures walking around everywhere, and the sets were all out, all very sort of space agey, and we'd never seen anything like it before. So it was
Thank you.
And of course, what happened then? The film came out in America. And we got all this press coming over from America saying what a fantastic movie it was, and how all the people were queuing around the block for days on end and things like this, you know. And as I said, so it was this. We had this phenomena, on all the publicity coming over, but we hadn't seen it. I hadn't seen the movie, and it wasn't until it came out. I think you saw it. We didn't see it. I think until it was about 3 or 4 months after it came out in America that we actually saw it in Great Britain. Yeah. But by this time, then we knew we were into something big.
So did you first see it in the theater with fans, or did you get like a cast screening?
No. Yes, we did. I think we had it came out in America, and about a month later, we had a press show in Great Britain. Yeah. And of course, the thing which pleased me or surprised me was the very opening scene where the spaceship comes out behind you, and it comes into the screen. And here I am watching this thing with all these hard-bitten reporters and reviewers and things like this. They all stood up and applauded, this is the film I'm in, all excited.
Have you ever
even my wife enjoyed it. That's saying something. Yeah.
Have you ever worked on anything similar?
Well, I did Space 1999. I did a few sort of spacey things on films and more television. And of course, I've done things like Doctor Who I did all sorts of stuff. But nothing as spacey as this one.
Now, what's your take on the new trilogy? Are you kind of hoping they let you be the guy inside the suit again?
I personally didn't like the new ones. I thought 4, 5, and 6 I thought were three great movies. And of the 4, of the 4, 5, 6, I thought I liked Empire. It was my favourite. But the 1, 2, 3, I thought it was. I haven't, to be honest, I haven't come across anybody. And I meet thousands and thousands of Star Wars fanatics. I haven't come across anybody that likes episodes 1, 2, 3.
Well, you still haven't, not with me. You still haven't, not with me.
Do you have a favorite moment from playing Darth Vader? You just love it?
No, I enjoy it. It was hard work. It wasn't easy. It was nice working with Alec Guinness. It was nice working, worked with some really nice people. Carrie was nice. I'd met Carrie before because I'd done the Debbie Reynolds show in the London Palladium, and Carrie came over when she was 16 and sang on the show, and I was there as a muscle man on the Debbie Reynolds show. So I'd met Carrie before. Mark was lovely to work with. Harrison was very pleasant. Billy D. Williams was nice. And it was nice working again with R2D2. He's a lovely little guy. And you know, so on. It was nice. It was nice casting. So.
How tough was it to basically be doing sword fighting in such a big suit when you're doing little lightsaber scenes?
Well, the thing was, I did some of the fighting. Until it started getting dangerous, and when it started getting dangerous, one of the sort of cardinal rules of filming is that you cannot afford to have your principals injured or anything go wrong with your principals, because if one of your principals is injured, that holds the film up. You know, again, it costs hundreds of thousands of pounds if you're not shooting it. So when it started getting a bit dangerous, you know, when you're on gantries and things like this, and you're sort of flashing around, they brought me in a stuntman, and of course, as luck would have it, he just happened to be the British fencing coach, and so he was obviously much better at it than I was, and I did platform. Thank God for that. Let him get on with it, like, you know. Yeah.
Did you know they were going to have somebody do the voiceover work when you saw it, or were you surprised?
That was all. Well, yeah, it was a surprise actually, because I didn't. You know, I went to see the film and of course, what did I see? It was James Earl Jones. James Earl Jones kept doing the voice, and what happened was, and when we were filming. I learned all the dialogue and delivered all the dialogue all the way through, and I did it through all the other from 4, 5, and 6. But when we were doing Star Wars, I said to Lucas, I said, look, you know, this is, you know, everything I'm saying is coming through the mask, and you know, it's obviously quite muffled, you know. Mm-hmm. It's okay for everybody who's working with me; they can hear me and all the rest of it. But as far as reproduction purposes are concerned, it's no good, you know. He said, well, don't worry. He said, we're going to the sound studios and re-record all our dialogue when the film's finished, when we finish. So I thought, well, that's lovely, we're going to this. I thought, obviously, it was going to be me. It was going to go into the sound studio. Anyway, what happened is we finished the film, and they couldn't get all the special effects that they wanted in the UK, so they chased back to America. They were in a mad panic to get the film finished, and they chased back to America to get it finished. And when they were in America, they suddenly realised that they hadn't overdubbed the voice, and it was too expensive to get me to go all the way over from London to Hollywood, where they were doing the overdubbing, just to do half a dozen lines or however many lines I had. Well, they didn't have an awful lot of dialogue in the movie, and it was obviously much more economically sound to find a voiceover artist. And of course, they found the best man in the world, like, you know, James Earl Jones, who I didn't meet for 30 years. I met him a couple of months ago. Yeah. He was in London. I tried to meet him once before. He came to London doing Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, and I tried to meet him then, and it fell through at the very last minute. And then he came over again a couple of months ago, or not a couple of months, we'll say like 6 months ago. And I got an invite. His son rang me up. His son Flynn looks after him. Looks after him. And rang me up and said, look, you know, James, you know, would really like to see you. I said, oh, that's very nice, thank you very much. I said, I'll come up to the theatre. And next thing I know, 2 tickets arrived from Flynn and from James to see the show. So we went to see the matinee performance in the afternoon, and then in the couple of hours between the evening performance, James came down went to James's dressing room and had a really long chat with him, and it was really lovely. I took some great pictures of him and myself. They're the only pictures that that's ever been taken of the two of us together.
That's cool.
But James didn't want me to. He said, I don't want any publicity. He said, you know, so unfortunately, as I said, I got them in my album, and but lovely pictures of James and myself. Yeah, but he was a lovely guy. I liked him very much, and you know, got an open invite to if ever I'm in New York to go and see him and things like this.